Make your money stack.
Ace here to talk about something I'm sure you're all already anxiously keeping up with on a day-to-day basis, and that is these festivals canceling in light of the coronavirus and fear of it spreading. As I'm sure you all already know, early last week, Ultra Miami, which I consider to be sort of the start of the festival season, at least in the US, canceled their event in Miami, and it set a huge precedent and seemingly set off a string of other cancellations over the next few days, because within like 3 or 4 days, Tomorrowland Winter canceled, South by Southwest canceled, and then everyone held their breath through the weekend because two of the biggest events in the US are set to happen in the next few months, and that is Coachella and EDC Las Vegas. And the day that hundreds of thousands of people were fearing has finally arrived. At the time of this recording, Coachella has reportedly postponed the event to October, according to some unconfirmed sources. I think it's important to understand that these promoters and events aren't taking the decision to cancel lightly. These are decisions that are made in consultation with health officials, government officials, and in the situation of an impending cancellation, it's in the promoter's best interest to have the decision be made for them for liability reasons. See, if a promoter cancels an event, if they intentionally make that decision, the liability is different as opposed to if a government agency or some other authority told them to. There are clauses that protect the festival promoters if they show that they had no other option. And on the other hand, a city wouldn't take this decision lightly either. Festivals are a booming industry and they provide a lot of tax revenue for the city. In fact, I read that South by Southwest is estimated to lose about $350 million in tax revenue that they would have gained if they continued as scheduled. That is huge for not just the city, but even devastating for small business owners who go so far as hiring temporary employees just to accommodate the traffic during that time. So what does that mean for events like EDC and Beyond Wonderland? If this were 2 or 3 days ago, I would have given you a different answer. To be honest, I thought EDC being in 2 months was enough time to at least buy some time, and hopefully there were some developments. Right now, there's a lot of fear, a lot of hysteria. I don't think most people are really that informed. So a lot of us are taking the media's lead, which can often be misleading or at least just one-sided. But to be honest, you know, after Ultra, South by Southwest, and now Coachella, I mean, I'm holding my breath, because it's definitely a trend. With the recent news of Coachella, all eyes are pretty much on Insomniac to see what they're gonna do. Ironically, I think smaller events are a little bit safer simply because there's that less risk, because there's simply less people. And the amount of attendees that travel from out of state or even out of country to attend an event is a huge factor in making this decision to cancel. So to wrap this up, if I were to guess, I unfortunately think that EDC Las Vegas will get canceled if we are just looking at the trajectory and the trends, but it is really in 60 days, and I feel like this whole Corona thing has gotten so crazy in just like 7 or 8 days. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll give it 2 months because I'm really looking forward to it. I'd be so bummed if it did get canceled. And to be honest, this changes day by day. So if you've got festivals coming up, keep your fingers crossed. You just really don't know what's gonna happen. So those are my thoughts on everything from what it has been an intense week and a half. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Wash your hands, cover your mouth, and I'll see you next time.